up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Danielle. If you have not met me already, I hope that you like my very low budget background here. If you just watched my latest vlog, then you have seen that my sister had actually made this for a project one year. I thought it was really cool. It's just a bunch of broken CDs, and I wanted to feature it because today I am doing something kind of special and kind of new, and I think if it takes off and it does really well and you guys like it, that I might actually start making this a series on my channel, and that is reviewing some of my favorite artists' new albums when they come out with it. So, GANJA WHITE NIGHTS in specific is the one that I wanted to review today. Their new album, Dark WOBBLE, just came out on 4/20. It is April 26th when I'm filming this, but this video probably won't go up until a little bit later. At the time that I am filming this video, it is a fairly new album, and I thought that it would be really fun to review it and kind of let you guys know my thoughts, and then also like dive a little bit deep into the artists themselves. Since I am very intrigued and interested in actually like learning about specific artists that I really love, I thought it would be fun to bring that onto my channel and give you guys a little bit of education specifically on different types of artists in the EDM community. I've been listening to GANJA WHITE NIGHTS for a few years now, and I've actually seen them live a couple times. I actually came across two different websites, which I'll link down below if you guys are interested, and they had like a lot of different information on GANJA WHITE NIGHTS in general. One of the things that I do want to say right off the bat that I think has always intrigued me about GANJA WHITE NIGHTS is the fact that they have a cartoon playing in all of their videos. The cartoon is called Mr. Wobble, and he is technically an obese superhero. In that interview, they were stating that they have always had the idea of having kind of a superhero theme or something like that, but it never really kicked off until their album WOBBLE Master. That's when they really started with the animation. The person who made it for them, I guess, does all of their animation, and his name is Ebo, E-B-O, I don't know how to pronounce that. I was researching a little bit in with that regards, and they work together on all of the stuff that they create, which is really cool. The whole like thing on who Mr. Wobble is, they wanted to create the stories with these videos and basically have this big, large, obese man just kind of walk around and everything he touches turns to wobbles. For me, that animation is when I really did start diving deep into GANJA WHITE NIGHTS. That is kind of when I really found their music and started following along with the storylines of their music videos that they've come up with. I'm very, very big into that. It reminds me of Gorillaz specifically, and how that they have their whole like animation stories with the videos, and you can like dive so deep into like the background knowledge of all these anime characters. It's kind of the same concept, and I feel like any Gorillaz fan who's like die hard into the storylines of all of them would probably also appreciate GANJA WHITE NIGHTS and their music videos as well. Just I feel like they kind of like they mirror each other. Their music's not the same, but kind of the whole idea of having a character is. So I also kind of want to talk a little bit about who is GANJA WHITE NIGHTS, because I feel like especially when someone is first trying to get into a specific artist, you don't necessarily know who they are, and especially with DJs, you're like, should I say they? Should I say she? Should I say like it? Like, who are they? You know what I mean? So I've already known this just because I've seen them live a couple times, but GANJA WHITE NIGHTS, it consists of two guys. It's a duo. I'm reading my very jumbled, unorganized notes. Can you tell? I'm very ADHD, but anyways, so I'm looking down, that's why. But basically, it consists of Erwan Charlie Dodson. I'm not going to say it correctly, I already know, so I'm just going to put it up on the screen here. And then Benjamin Bambi. Those are the two that are still creating music to this day and are still the masterminds behind GANJA WHITE NIGHTS, alongside with Ebo, who creates all the animations for them. But I didn't know this. They did have another person with them who left in 2012, and his name was Francois Valeral. Once again, I'll put it on the screen here. I didn't really dive in too much into detail on why he left, but yes, so now they are a duo versus a trio. To describe this music, which I always have such a hard time like sitting down and like telling you guys what I feel like the music is like, but Dodson and Bambi, I'm just going to use their last names, when asked like how they describe their own sound, They say it's mostly consisting of dubstep and electronic trap, future bass kind of stuff. It's like bass wobbling, which is a good way to describe it as well. Any of their sounds I feel like really make your face like want to do the bass face, you know? Like if I had to describe it without using technical terms, when it comes to a sound like that, it's so unique. I can't help but be in love with like that wobbly, like weird sound. Like that is very much my vibe. Anyways, that was a little bit of background knowledge. Let me know if you guys like knowing stuff like this and really breaking down specific artists and their kind of stories, who they are in general when it comes to being a part of the EDM culture. Now we're going to go into me reacting to their latest album, Dark Wobble. And I have heard some of the music, but I haven't heard all of it yet, so some of this will be first impressions as well. I can't obviously play the whole thing because YouTube does not like that, so I'm just going to do a little bit and then talk about each one. Dark Wobble consists of 9 tracks, 10 if you want to count the intro. I usually count the intro because I feel like it's still something that they produced. But when I was researching it, they consider it just 9 songs. So the intro is basically going into what you're going to see with this album, from my understanding. And it's just a little bit of all of it all in one. Okay, but you can't tell me that this isn't Pirates of the Caribbean music. I'm feeling it. Captain Jack Sparrow, we love it. Like playing this in your car, that's when I was listening to it earlier and I was like, yes, this is a vibe. And that is 1 minute and 59 seconds. Then the next one is Narnia. I don't know if this is in like specific order of the album or if this is just the way that YouTube organized it. Also, I use YouTube as my designated music platform. I know nobody likes that and thinks it's very old school, but I have this weird like fear of monthly subscriptions. I can't really explain it. I don't really know. You know, and I love the visuals too. I at least get to see the music videos. Anyways, that's my argument. Visuals are better when it comes to platforms, so wouldn't YouTube be the best? I prefer YouTube. I don't know. Okay, I digress. Let's get into this. Right off the bat with Narnia, I really like that. I think of like belly dancers sometimes when I think of Ganja White Nights. So I feel like, what is that specific culture that I'm thinking of? If you guys know what I'm trying to say, please leave it down below. But there's a specific word for like that very like belly dancer, like lots of like things moving around, like Princess Jasmine from Aladdin type feel. Like that's what this song is giving me right off the bat. Oh yeah, on the comments someone literally said, this makes me feel like I'm on a magic carpet getting away from all this COVID crap. That is true. Like that's literally how I feel too. I love reading the comments of YouTube too. I'm just a YouTube girl, you guys. I know everybody hates on it. I know. At around 108, 109 is when the beat finally starts to let go, starts to drop, whatever you want to call it. Ganja White Night, I feel like, is also known for like those very interesting kind of leading up to sounds, like almost like someone is playing a flute and then they're waiting for the snake to come out of the bag. You know what I'm trying to say? It gives you more variety to the song versus just constant drops, you know what I mean? Not to say I don't love a good beat drop, bass drop or whatever, but I do like how it's a little bit of all of it all intertwined. Ooh. Ooh. I like when they have little voices in music. A lot of DJs, I feel like, a lot of dubstep in general, I feel like does that. Big fan of that. Danny likes that weird shit, so that is good. I like this one. So the next one that we're going to listen to on this album is Trinity. And this one I have actually already heard because I think this was their single that came out before their entire album did. So I've already actually seen the music video to this and it's very, very cool. Oh. It does have all of the, I guess, features in the Ganja White Night music that I like. This just personally isn't my top favorite out of the entire album. Definitely a good one, definitely a cool video. Next one we are doing is Shipwreck, and I don't think that I have heard Shipwreck just yet, so this one is exciting. This in total is a 5-minute song, so that's pretty good. Oh! This goes heavy. It's funny that I was just talking about Pirates of the Caribbean, and then I just realized that the song is called Shipwreck. I wonder if that was their intentions. Maybe I got it. But like this song, like, alright, I can see all of the pirates like fighting, and you know what, under the moonlight they turn skeleton. Like, this song is like, this would match up to that. Next on the list is Masterkush. I have not heard this one either, so let's give it a try. Here we go. I love this part. Big fan, I like that. Next we have Black Lotus. Okay, like this right off the bat. This one's a little bit more like hippity hoppity. Is that the right word? I don't think so. I like that little sound I got in there. Whoa! Oh! This is very experimental. That one would be good, like, end of the night kind of music, you know? Like, you just already had your blast with, like, all the crazy dubstep, all the dancing, you're danced out, and you still want to listen to music because your ears are ringing from all the festival. You come back to your campsite and you play some Black Lotus by Ganja White Night. That's when I would play that song. Moving on, we're going to do Mad Dog. Let's try this one out. This is 4 minutes and 28 seconds. Very ganja. I like this little... For someone who doesn't necessarily listen to Ganja White Night, kind of wants to know like what their style of music is, and you want to show them one of their newer sounds, but also something that is very true to who they are, I would say Mad Dog is a good one to show. They had all like the weird wobble wibble wobbles and all of that stuff, which is very ganja, and I do like that little like sound that they were bringing into it. They're very, this I'd have to say, like, dark and bouncy is exactly how I would describe Dark Wobble, which makes sense. We are getting into the collaborations, which is like what I'm most excited about. On Dark Wobble, they have a collaboration with Boogie T and a collaboration with Subdocta. Let's see what Boogie T brings to the table when they collab. I'm interested because Boogie T also has that like very wubby, but also like he reminds me of like, his is more like beachy style if I had to describe it. Oh, I'm already liking this. Ooh. Love it. It's a little slow to start off, I feel like, but of course the drop did not disappoint. It never does. I love Boogie T, like I said, and I love that collaboration. That's a great song. Next one is Ganja White Night and Subdocta, and I have already heard this one. I was jamming to it out in my car earlier today when I was running some errands. So So let me just say that little intro to it, like leading up to the beat, I really like. It almost feels like you're in a battle with somebody and you're like, the fog is all on the hills and it's like starting to clear and you just see like Mr. Wobble on the hill or something. Like that's what I'm envisioning right now. Like I love this. Like it's like powerful almost. Gives me the chills. Here's the weird stuff. Oh! Oh! I knew it was gonna fall at some point. I would say that's probably my favorite. This is probably my favorite out of the whole thing. I also like the collaborations too because it makes me like want to get into the other artists as well. Now the last and final song that they have is In the Cave of the Wobble King. I have not heard this one yet either, but I do want to make note that their album came out on 420 and the last song of their album that came out in 420 is 4 minutes and 20 seconds. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but it's a vibe. Oh. Okay.
Dubstep remix. Come on, dude. You know what? It's sick.
Oh. I can definitely see the whole crowd like jam into this, like, yeah. I saw a comment that said it reminds me of Inspector Gadget, and that is so true. Like, you know, Inspector Gadget, like all the things like pop out and make weird sounds and stuff. Like literally, that is Ganja White Night. That is so true. So that was the last and final song. I like that one a lot. I'm a big classical music fan. I love music of all kinds. So the fact that they like mix everything up in between, like, and make something kind of crazy and Inspector Gadget type sounds is so cool to me. So that was my first reactions, first impressions review on Ganja White Nights' newest and latest album. I definitely like the storytelling that their music does. All in all, I would say for Dark Wobble, they did a very good job. Like the name really definitely fits what was happening there. Let me know if you guys liked this little bit of background knowledge on Ganja White Night, and let me know if you would like me to make a series out of this. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. Let me know if you like this background. I hope you guys have a great day or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!